Good morning, and it's your girl Anastasia Daniel from HERTRIBE Global. How are you and how is everybody doing today? I woke up this morning and this Tuesday just felt so free and exciting, and I don't know. I woke up, maybe you can say I woke up on the good side of the bed. I don't know. But our topic today is very different. I hope you slept well. I hope you slept well. And I hope your Monday was amazing. Woo! Guess what? The weather is getting warmer. Glory be to God. Yesterday I felt some heat and I was like, yes, this is good. Forget my sweater this morning, but the weather is getting warm and I'm loving it. So today is Tuesday and our topic for today is women learn to speak. Woman, learn to speak. Speak with God, speak to yourself, and speak with others wisely. I'll repeat the topic again. Woman, learn to speak. Speak with God, speak with yourself, speak with others wisely. I am I'm taking this topic from Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26. That's where I got my topic from. The Bible verse says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teachings of kindness is on her tongue. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teachings of kindness is on her tongue. Today, I just want to remind every woman, including myself, of something very powerful, which is your words carry power. Okay? Your words carry power. The words you speak carry power. How you speak to God, to yourself, and to others can actually shape your peace. Yeah. It can actually shape your confidence and it can actually shape your relationships and even your destiny. Yes. How you speak matters a lot. Now, I am not coming for anybody, just to be very clear. And I'm not saying I am perfect. No, I'm not. Oh my God. I am still a work in progress. I keep talking to myself every time, trying to adjust and make sure that I'm getting it right. Now, do I get it right all the time? No. So also I'm trying to talk to other women. Nobody's perfect. If you make mistakes, please don't beat yourself down. But just know that we are learning. Every one of us is learning, including myself. Okay? So back to our topic. A wise woman is not known only by how she looks or what she accomplishes. She's also known by how she speaks. You understand? She's also known by how she speaks. Now we're gonna talk about how to like learning to speak with God. So I broke them in different topics. So bear with me. So number one, you learn to speak with God. Now, before anything, before you speak to the world, learn to speak with God on any issue or any topic or on anything that bothers you. How do you speak with God? Most times it is in the place of prayer. You know that prayer is not only for emergencies. Yes, it is a relationship. Prayer is a strength. Prayer is guidance. You understand? So what do? We talk to God. What do we talk to God about? Yes, it's one thing to talk to God, but what are you talking to God about? You talk to God about your fears. Whatever kind of fears you have, talk to God about your fears. Talk to God about your dreams. Talk to God about your questions. Talk to God about your decisions. Talk to God about the burdens of your heart. Do you know why I say first thing first, talk to God? Because he alone cares about it all. Do you know that if you take all this to a regular human being, it may not matter to them? They might even say, I beg. Now, what if now your problem is, I beg. Please, this is nothing. But when you take it to God, to him, this matters. He cares about all these things that you're talking to him about. I mean, your fears, your dreams, your questions, your decisions, and what burdens your heart. God cares about it all. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. It says, call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Do you understand what it means to tell you unsearchable things that you do not understand? That means even if you go to another human being, they might not be able to tell you that. There are things that only God can tell you. So when a woman speaks with God, what does she do? She gains wisdom. She gains peace. She gains discernment. She gains direction. You know, every day of our life, we are faced with battles. Some battles are not won by strategy alone. Some battles are won in the place of prayer. Believe it or not. Some of your battles can only be won in the place of prayer. I'll take you somewhere. Philippians chapter 4 from verse 6 to 7. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation with some will say by prayer, but with prayer and with supplication and thanksgiving, present your request to God. When you have time, read it. Read it. Philippians chapter 4 from verse 6 to 7 tells us that how we come to God. It tells us don't be anxious, don't be worried for anything, but in the place of prayer, in the place of supplication, in the place of thanksgiving, present your request to God. So before you start panicking over anything, pray before you react. Yes. Pray before you decide. Now, like I've said this before, prayer should be a part of any woman's life. Don't be a woman on this earth and you don't pray. That's a big risk you are taking. I've told you this before. You are embodiment of destinies. You cannot live on this earth and you're not a praying woman. You have to, you see, prayer should be like 5 and 6 for you. You and prayer, you'll be like 5 and 6. So pray before you react, pray before you decide, okay? Now let's talk about learning to speak to yourself. Yes, speak to yourself. You're not crazy. It's a good thing. Because the conversation happening in your mind matters a lot. We have a whole lot of conversation going up here in our minds. Many women are kind to others, but very harsh when it comes to themselves. They're very harsh. Some women quietly tell themselves, I beg, I'm not enough. Please, I always get this thing wrong. I don't even know. I used to be that. I used to say some words that sometimes I don't even know when it comes out. This was years ago, and I know some women in the past will say to me, "Stop saying this thing. Stop saying this." I said, then I wasn't really this grounded. I had to start praying and asking God, why do I speak like this about myself? And I started saying, no, this is wrong. I started learning, and a lot of it came from the place of prayer. And when you say you align yourself, your spirit with God, you really need a relationship and a deep one with God for you to break out of you speaking negatively about yourself. Stop telling yourself, I am not enough. Stop telling yourself, I always get it. No, you don't always get it wrong. You are human. You get what you're supposed to get right. You understand? If you get it wrong, it's okay. It doesn't mean you always get it wrong. And stop telling yourself, I cannot do this. I needed to use that our Obama slang. Remember when he was the president? Yes, we can. Yes, I can. Say it to yourself, okay? These things matters. Because what you repeatedly say to yourself becomes what you start believing. When you start telling yourself that I can, you believe that you can never do it. For a long time, I struggled with driving on the highway. Oh, I did. And I always say to God, why can't I drive on the highway? What's going on? I know that when I see the highway, I've been on the highway, I've seen people, but not me driving. I see the way they drive, it scares me. But then I started praying about it. And guess what? The very first time I drove on the highway was a couple of years ago. And then I did not drive again. And then I came back this year. I drove on the highway again. And this time I drove for 22 miles. I was like, yes! I was very happy with myself, you know? And now I tell myself, if I have to go anywhere, I will try to take the highway. You understand? So that I'll continue to keep learning it. I told you, we are all learning. Even your girl, Anastasia Daniel, is learning, okay? So what we start doing is now we replace negative self-talk with words like, instead of saying I am failing, you say I am growing. Don't say I'm failing. You're not failing. You are growing. You are in a process. You are a work in process. Okay? And instead of you saying I am not enough, start saying God strengthens me, or God strengthens me. Say that. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. It says, death and life are in the power of your tongue. If death and life are here, you need to be careful of what you say. You use this to speak life over yourself. You use this tongue, this mouth to speak hope over yourself. You use your mouth to speak identity over yourself. This takes me back to Saturday. Saturday, I attended the women's conference, the She Belongs Women Conference. One thing that, what's her name? Pastor, I can't remember her name. One of the speakers, actually the first speaker, she said, one thing she mentioned was identity. Identity. She asked the question, who are you? She asked a lot of women questions, who are you? And that's why I'm coming, you talking about this. You must speak identity over yourself, because words can wound. And also, these words you speak, they can also heal. All you need is just to speak positive things out of your mouth. Okay? Give yourself some daily affirmations. You see why I always bring affirmations here? Because affirmations are good. Give yourself affirmations like, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am growing into a woman that God has created me to be. I speak peace over my life. I speak peace over my home. I speak peace over my children. I speak peace over my marriage. I say it. I am worthy. I am wise. I am strong. I am blessed. I am highly favored. I am called. I am great. Say it. I am made for greatness. I achieve greatness. Greatness is bestowed upon me. Say it to yourself. And the more you say it, the more you start believing it and manifesting into your life. So speak life into you. Okay, let's go to the third one now. Learn to speak with others wisely. Yes, this is very important. You know, how a woman speaks to others actually reveals her character. You understand? When you are rude, people will consider you rude. When you come out and you just talk anyhow, people don't like it. It makes people stay away from you. A wise woman does not use words to tear down people. We really need to not do this. This is not good. Your words should not break people down. You should use your words. You should speak. And when you speak, it should build people up. And I'm not asking you to speak like an angel. No. There are people, we are all different. Even if you watch me, my tone is very loud, like high. I'm high pitched. So when I'm talking, sometimes some people may say, why are you yelling? But I'm not yelling. But this is high pitch. So have you met my dad? So I was like, this is high pitch, but I'm not rude. Your words should not break people down. What you say should not break people down. You understand? Now let's look at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. It says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up. The Bible even cautions us on what to say, how to say it. So when we speak as women, we must speak with kindness, we must speak with wisdom, we must speak with honesty, we must speak with grace. Yes. Let your words heal people. Let your words not harm people. Let your words encourage people. Use your mouth. Don't use it for gossip. No. Use your mouth to speak correction with love. Don't wound people with your mouth in anger. And also set boundaries with clarity, not with bitterness. All right. So it brings me down back to that Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26. I always call it the Proverb 31 woman. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teachings of kindness is on her tongue. If you notice, it says wisdom and kindness. Two of them, both of them. It did not say wisdom without compassion. It did not say kindness without truth. So a mature woman knows how to carry both of them together. All right. Now I have some Bible examples for you. Let's talk about Abigail. Who remembers Abigail in 1 Samuel chapter 25? Abigail was a beautiful woman. She was a beautiful example of when you say somebody speaks with wisdom, or she has wise speeches in her mouth. Through her word, she prevented destruction and she brought what? Peace. She spoke wisely, she spoke humbly, and she spoke at the right time. Her words changed outcome. So your words should change outcome and should bring positive change. Just to be very clear, it should bring positive change. So what happens when a woman speaks or learns to speak well? What happens? Because all this thing we're talking about, speak, speak, speak. So if she finally learns, what happens? When a woman learns to speak well with God, number one, she becomes grounded. When she learns to speak to herself, she becomes confident. And then when she learns to speak to others, she becomes impactful. You understand? When you learn these three things, it becomes a powerful womanhood for you. Before we go, I have some things to say to you. Be intentional with your words this week. Speak to God often. Speak kindly to yourself. Speak wisely to others. Because your words carry healing. They carry peace. They carry wisdom. They carry life. So your voice is a gift. Remember that. Use it to pray. Use it to uplift. Also use it to transform lives. Okay? And it may always be said of you that what, like you are the Proverb 31 verse 26 woman. What does that woman do? She opens her mouth with wisdom and kindness is on her tongue. So what do we do today? Go speak life today, my beautiful queen. And I remain your girl Anastasia Daniel from HERTRIBE Global. Have an amazing Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.